Crafty review here, coming from the Cantina. Figured we'd throw in a couple of reviews. It's been a while, so
gotta get caught up. Yeah, gotta build up that inventory,
that library. You know, we say we're reviewing beers and we haven't done anything. Let's just get busy with life, you know, kids and vacations and stuff. So now we got some free time to get back to business.
Get at it.
Gabe picked out a beer for us. He's gonna start off talking about the beer.
Yep. So I've said it in a couple of videos before. Whenever we decide to put that one up, is I've been on this little bit of a sour fix lately because it gets hot in Arizona. So IPAs and bitterness, they kind of get at me after a little while. So I've tried to mix it up a little bit and been reading more about sour beers and trying to build up, you know, that type of knowledge and that palate for sour beers. So perusing my local beer store and came across this beer. Never had it before, never tried it. Just saw it and was like, all right, sounds about what I'm looking for. So let's give it a shot. So the beer that we're checking out today is from Black Market Brewing Company, which is out of Temecula, California. It's actually part of their Trade Craft series, which is their series of different styles or different flavors of sour beers.
Okay.
So they didn't have a specific name for the beer itself, but it is their sour beer with blackberries.
Okay.
They also have a cherry one. Got that sitting in the fridge. We'll try that maybe in a little bit. But yeah, but this is their blackberry one. So a little bit about the brewery. They were founded in 2007 by a guy named Kevin Dyer, which his story is pretty similar to a bunch of breweries. Got tired of corporate America, his corporate job, had a passion for beer, for home brewing, so decided to start the brewery from an 800 square foot facility right in Temecula, California. So in wine country, opening up a brewery, I could respect that. Right? But they distribute, for those of you that follow us along the West Coast, they distribute in Washington, Southern California, and in Arizona. So if you're in any of those spots, look for the beers. Represent local brewery, man. Represent a microbrewery. But the beer itself is based off of a 1945 version of a Berliner Weiss, but they added a bit of a sourness to it. So again, I've been on this sour fix lately, and it's been kind of my thing to try to experiment more with sour beers. Like I've said before, it's a style of beer that just kind of fascinates me a little bit. They take something that is theoretically uncontrollable with the bacteria and the ingredients that they use, and they contain it and put it in their style of beer that gives that sourness, tart. You don't know what you're going to get, but when you stumble upon something that works,
keep it going.
Keep at it, right? Yeah. So the beer itself is ABV 3.8, so very light, very refreshing. You're not going to, get in trouble. Depends on how much you drink, I guess. Any amount will
get in trouble.
Will get you messed up, right? IBU is 6.2, so those of you who've been following it, should be no bitterness, but the tartness, again, I don't know if that's, maybe I don't know enough about it just yet, if there's a scale for tartness, but just because it's bitter doesn't mean it's not tart, doesn't mean it's not sour.
Right, makes sense.
So we'll try it out. As far as the grain bill, for malt they use wheat and Pilsner malt, so light, refreshing. And then for hops they use sketch and Saz hops as well. So
I see it comes in a can. The best way to transport beer,
right? So many breweries, man, getting into canning more than bottling. Just keeps beer fresher longer. When you don't have any light going into the beer or light going into the can, it keeps it easier to distribute, less likely to have any problems when it actually gets sit on the shelf. And a lot of our forests, beaches, lakes, wherever, parks, prefer you to have cans over bottles anyways, so
get all cut up.
You don't want to buy up all that beer and then end up getting confiscated by the park ranger. And wow, that's coming out pretty red.
Well, it's black beer. So.
Yes. Why wouldn't it come out black then?
That's a beautiful color,
right? That'll work. As you can tell, you can see it or not, a lot of red, even on the head. It's a red head.
Stop it.
Sorry. I won't say anything.
I know what you're thinking.
Tastes
I can smell.
You smell a lot of that
smell
tartness.
That sour and that bitterness there. I say it's bitter, but it's that sour note's coming.
Yep. That's a beautiful red color. Trying to wait for this to settle down a little bit to try it.
Some red drink.
Some of that red drink, baby. That's great. Wow. I was expecting that to be a lot. Is there such a
More
word as tart? Or I was going to say tartar. Sourer.
I'm gonna be more tartar.
English wasn't my forte, right? But no, I was expecting that to be sweet, expecting it to be more sour, which I'm not. It's not a bad thing. You know, again, it's a style of beer that I'm barely getting into. So, like anything, I don't want to just jump straight into the one that's going to give me, you know, whatever, like sour, like I'm eating a sour head or a warhead or something like that. But that's actually to me, a very smooth, very light type of sour.
You can just sit in the specs on it.
Yeah.
It actually plays true to it. When I can taste the blackberry.
Yeah.
When I tasted it, I thought it was going to be all sweet on the back, but everything cuts is like, then it gets that tartness.
Yep.
But I smell it. It was just like I don't know. It's a lot different than what I was expecting.
Yep.
I can't say that it's bad. It's just kind of one of those shockers. Don't know what to think about it just yet.
Yep.
But I don't mind it.
Not at all. So if you had to give it your quick score here off the top of your head, 1 out of 5.
That's a tough one. I'll give it a 4.
Okay.
I'll give it a 4. I mean, we had another review earlier.
Yep.
We'll post that one as well, but it's along the same lines. It's just a different flavor profile, a different sourness to it, different tartness to it.
Yep.
But I'd put them about the same category.
Okay. I'm actually going to give it 3 3/4. I think I don't know what they were going for, but I was expecting it to be a little bit more sour, a little bit more. And maybe it's just my style, but I love beer styles to be what I would call like in your face about that style. So like if you're an amber, throw that malt right at me. If you're an IPA, throw that bitterness at me. And I would think if you're a sour beer, put that sour up front and make it make a statement with that style of beer.
Bolder flavor.
Yep. So I think, don't get me wrong, it's a great beer. It's a good beer. And I think maybe if I was, I'm still getting more into sours, but if you're trying to get more into sour beers, maybe it's a way to start. So maybe you got that wine drinker that loves, I don't know, the really sweet, really tart type of wine. Yeah, Moscato, that's what I was trying to think. And you're trying to get them converted over into craft beer, that would probably be a good start because it's not overbearing, it's not in your face, it's a nice little.
It's a mellow taste.
Gateway into it.
It's tart.
Yep. Yeah, 3 3/4. That's right. So, would you tap it?
I don't think I would tap this one. I could drink it if it was there and available. I mean, I'd probably pick up a 6-pack, maybe give it a try again. But as far as I couldn't say it's nothing against the beer at all. It's just I can't see me tapping this.
Yep.
One. And again, I think I just need to get used to it. These are very new to me. Looking back, if a year down the road, say, you know what, actually that's a lot better than most of them that I've tried. I changed my opinion, but at this point in time, I couldn't say I would.
Yep, I'd agree. I would agree with you. Yeah, again, doesn't mean it's a bad beer. I might buy a 6 again if I'm having to get together and got some wine drinkers that I'm not serving wine, but I want something to keep them happy. Could throw a 6 in the cooler. Maybe try it. Some people try it out, but for now, I wouldn't tap it. Not a bad beer, but I mean, as new as I am to sours, I've had some better sours. So not a bad beer, but not up at the top of the list. But respect the brewery for doing what they're doing.
Exactly.
And then keep going at it. Like I said, we have another one of their beers in the fridge. That might be my new favorite.
And maybe it's just the flavor for us.
Yep.
Like you said, the next one might be just a hell of a lot better.
There you go. So see it for yourself. Let us know what you think.
Sours are a new trend. I'm not sure most of you guys have known that. If you haven't, go out and give it a try. I mean, you never know. Again, we've always put out the disclaimer there. You never know if it's going to be your next favorite beer or not. But please continue to try them. A lot of these stores that have you can make your own 6-pack, so you're not investing in a 12-pack or a 6-pack of beer. You just
$2-3.
go and shop and test. Have a little taster on your own at the house one evening or something. So. Remember to follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter. Don't forget your growler. Always ask yourself when you drink a beer, would you tap it? But this is Gabe and Londo Craft Review. We'll see you next time. Cheers.
Cheers.